Good afternoon. My name is Sean Kilmartin, and I'd love to be your next treasurer. I currently serve in North Carolina as a district governor, but more importantly, for the past 8 years, the chair of our finance committee, working directly with President Mirza. I love AAU, and that photo is my enthusiasm. That's what I'm about, that's my love for this organization, and that's the enthusiasm I'm bringing to this job. The role of treasurer requires a lot. It requires passion, it requires an expertise, it requires a really varied skill set. It requires a knowledge of finance, but a knowledge of the union. And you have to have that knowledge with the energy, the passion, and the ability to put all of those things together. I'm a worker. When I first came to AAU, started off like almost everybody in here as a parent, a volunteer, and then a coach. I grew up playing sports. I'm a former Division I basketball player. Both my sons are Division I basketball players, and they grew up playing AAU basketball. One thing led to another. Can you clean that trash can? Can you open that gym? Just like everybody else in here, so I said I would. Eventually helping out in our district, and then becoming an event host, a small event host, a national event host. Serving as chair of men's basketball, but also working on the board of directors. As a district governor, I took that job really seriously. We went from 15th in membership to 5th because I worked. I enjoyed it and I put the effort in. As chair of our men's basketball, in the middle of a pandemic in less than a year, we've increased nearly 100% because I worked. We had events for the first time in 4 decades. We had a men's national championship. I created an event for our military heroes. We had all 4 branches of our military represented. It was phenomenal. We had both those events at Disney, and we got them broadcast on ESPN. And for our men's event, we had it piggybacked all over the world on the Armed Forces Network because I worked. I've had virtually every single job within the AAU, but that is not what qualifies me to be your treasurer. For my career for the past 35 years, I have owned and operated investment management firms. I've managed officers and employees in the investment management and finances industry for the past 35 years. I'm a licensed fiduciary. I spent my career being responsible and diligently managing other people's money. But as a business owner, I had to navigate markets, economies, presidential cycles. I've had to hire employees and retain employees. I had to generate revenue, which means I've signed the front of paychecks, not just the back of paychecks. I've had to take care of customers. Customers. I'm very fortunate in my current industry, my client base, I've got 4th generation of some families that have been with me because they've trusted me through generations of their family. That's trust. But I'm an advocate of vision, of youth, new ideas, new technologies. It is okay for us to embrace other people's ideas and bring those visions forward. We have to improve our technology. We have to improve future leaders. I got involved because Bobby Dodd 20 years ago said, hey, a future leaders program. We need to incorporate that. But when you put my passion for AAU, my experiences from event director to national event host, I understand how all of these complex positions work because I've had those positions. So they're complex and they're different, they're moving parts, but we have we have a wonderful organization. It's been around for 135 years. We do not tell our story near well enough. You've heard that a couple of times up here. It's one of the best stories. My favorite fact about AAU, we will leave it with this, is because of you guys in the room and the people at home, we're responsible for about 100 million hours of youth physical fitness every single year as a volunteer network. I love AAU. But more importantly, for this role, this is a big job interview. I'm telling you, I've got the energy, the passion, and the skill set to be your next treasurer. I've got a brief word from a friend of mine, a workout partner, but more importantly, this gentleman is an AAU parent. My name is Sean Kilmartin. I want your vote.
Much. Sean, keep up being the man. And for God's sake, kids, vote for Sean to be the AAU treasurer. Woo! H-Boy says you're the best, Sean, which means you're